Welcome back. So we have been looking at conditionals. So we were earlier doing all straightforward, linear or single execution. Now we have added a little spice. Now we are able to do a bit of a branching, right? So if something is true, then do something. But is that good enough? So I have this great activity suggester and this age commenter and all that. The activity suggester is good if you ask for activities if the weather is good, but if the weather is bad, nothing. It doesn't do anything, right? So Python obviously comes to the rescue. So it has got few more things in its arsenal, right? So we will look at the else and the else if, right? Let us go and look at an example. Then we will be able to appreciate this. So before you look at the example, you want to look at how the structure looks like, right? So I will use my slides for that. So else is very simple. So you already seen the if clause. If a given expression is true, right, then it will execute the statements which are indented, the statement block indented inside f. But if the statement is false, if the expression turns out to be false, then it will execute the else. So if this is true, then first set of statements, this set of statements, right? If it's not true, then these set of statements. Let us actually work with an example. Let us use the activity suggester, right? The activity suggester, yeah, we are there. Now, this is from the, we want to walk in the park when the weather is good. So I'm going to push that back. Now, simple. I want to go back. Else is part of the block number 1, the first block, and the colon is used to demarcate the if and or the else and the corresponding blocks below it, right? Corresponding block below it. So you need the colon to say that the else condition, the else is done. Similar to if here, right? If also ends with a colon. This is the syntax of Python itself. Let me say if the weather is not good, then you probably going to stay at home, right? So play a game of carom or chess, maybe, and then maybe print. Again, this is a block, right? So I want to do multiple things. Chat with family, and then maybe if you could just take a small nap too, right? So good. Now if I go and execute this activity suggester, if I do no, so play, I will make it pally. Let me correct my spelling mistake here, save that, run it again. No. Good. Play a game of carom or chess, chat with family, and take a nap. It's all good. But let us just do this. I can answer, I'm a user, I can answer anything. I don't know. If I say I don't know for weather is good, it's giving me the same answer as if the weather is bad, right? That's not very smart, right? But we'll see. This is a start, right? We are now able to at least respond to the fact that somebody says no, as we expect them to answer yes or no. Then we know we are giving an intelligent answer because we are using the if and else, right? Let's see one more example. I'll go back to our age commenter. The age commenter is providing a smart comment for age less than 12, but what about if it's age greater than that? Less than or equal to 12 is great. Again, we will just use the else, and let us maybe special adjective oldie moldy. If I save this, then I can execute this, right? This time I want to Python, what is this called? Age commenter. Give me your name. I'm going to put Tenali now. Age is 35. Oldie moldy. Tenali, you're 35-year-old. That's surely better. But think about it. If I did this, I have Krish and his age is say 15. Calling a person 15 years old as oldie moldy is not very intelligent, right? It's surely going to be a problem. But this is a start. Let us now, Python can do more. You can do more with Python, right? So you have done if else. What if I want to check something more, right? And that's where, so instead of just saying if this is true, do this else it's false, we could say if this is true, if it's not true, but if the other thing is true, then do something else, right? So if something is true, do this, else if something else is true, do that, right? Let's actually look at that now. This is else. This is the Elif clause, right? The Elif clause is simply a short form for else if, right? So now here it says if this expression is true, then these statements are executed. Let us say this expression is false, then it goes to the else if clause. Else, if this expression is true, then this will be executed. Else, if this expression is true, this will be executed. If none of this is true, then this is executed. That's pretty cool, right? So now I am able to not check at one condition, I can check for multiple conditions and do something about it, right? So let us use this now. Go back to my code. Okay. Let us go to our activity suggester. Now, instead of just doing else, I'm going to do Elif. That is else if, right? So whether good. Now, instead of yes, the user has given a no. So I'm going to doing an upper so that I can take care of any input, whether it's NO all caps, whether it's NO all small, N in capitalized N capital and O small. All this will be managed here because the upper will convert it all to upper and then I'm comparing, right? This is great. And then I can give an else clause again. This time, let me, of course, we want to be smart, right? If you can't answer this question properly, print, you should go back to bed, right? Let us try this now. Great. Now I can do yes. This was great. If I do no, again, so play game, carom, chess, all that is great. Now if you say what? If you can't answer this question properly, you should go back to bed, right? Because if you can't answer whether it's good or bad, yes or no, then you're probably not in your senses. So go back to bed, get some more sleep, right? Okay, that's a much better activity suggester, right? Let's try to do the same thing with age commenter. You remember, if we say oldie moldy for teenagers or young people, they are not going to like it, right? So let's go to that age commenter. We are here. My experience is that if you're going to call a teenager as oldie moldy, they are going to get really angry and do something very angry, right? And if you call, say, a 20-year-old 20s, they're probably going to get disappointed and just walk away from you. And or vice versa. I mean, it could be either way too. People in the 30s probably are mildly level-headed. They will accept, okay, yeah, oldie, yeah, probably now. But this is just my thought process, right? So your own experience might be different, but just go with this. And our main purpose obviously is to learn the if else, right? If else, if, elif. So let us do that. So I already got less than or equal to 12. Visokido is great. Maybe oldie moldy is great for this one, but I want to start differentiating the teenagers. Teenagers are obviously 13 to 19. So I want to do this, and then I will say special adjective is equal to super teen, right? Makes sense. You're going to be happy now. Else age less than 30. This would be special adjective is not oldie moldy, obviously, right? They're going to not like that. Let's go with vibrant youth. I think that should make them happy. Cool. Let's run this now. Clear this up. Age commenter. Let's try with beam. Age is 10. Visokido beam. Makes sense. Then let us try Krishna. Let us give him an age of 16. Happy teenager. Super teen. That's nice. Let us go with Arjuna. Arjun is probably not that old, but let us go with it. Why not? Vibrant youth Arjun. You'll be very happy. And then Tenali is 30 level elder. We will call him a 34-year-old, and he's a oldie moldy, right? So now our age commenter actually can differentiate between these various different age categories, right, and give a much more better comment. I'm going to try one more. Let's call Duri, and this is it. I'm going to do this. That does not make sense, right? -1 means he's not born, but we are saying is Visokido, right? How that's wrong? That doesn't make any sense, right? So let's go fix this. Let's go to our. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add an extra condition. If age is less than 0, then special adjective is Mr. Unborn. Mr., Mrs. something, right? And this obviously has to become an elif, right? Because already got a single if is possible, everything else is else if, right? So this is one block. Now I'm going to run it again, and this time Duri with a -1 age. Mr. Unborn, Duri, you are -1 year old. That's better, right? I mean, it still doesn't make a lot of sense, but you get the picture. That's pretty much, that's good for this video. We can do more. Python allows you to do more, so we'll see that soon now. Catch you in the next one.